The persistent theme of Jin Yong's works is exploring the identity of the Chinese nation through the tumultuous relationships of love and hatred. It all starts with a rural legend from his hometown, Haining, Zhejiang, and his first subject, Emperor Qianlong of the Manchu, was born to a Han man named Chen Shiban. Qianlong, who is Han but rules as a Manchu emperor, and his brother Chen Jialuo, who learns martial arts in Xinjiang and leads an anti-Manchu gang, both fall in love with the same Uyghur woman. This eventually leads to a split, with Qianlong becoming an adopted son to a foe, while Chen Jialuo breaks away and roams the Jianghu, the world of martial arts. This sets the stage for a fierce rivalry between the two brothers, one Han and one Manchu. Next, we have Yuan Chengji, son of Yuan Chonghuan, the last Iron Man of the Ming Dynasty, who faces three antagonistic forces: Emperor Chongzhen, Li Zicheng, and Huang Taiji. He becomes a wanderer after the murder of his sworn brother, Li Yan, by Li Zicheng. The novels Flying Fox of Snowy Mountain and Other Tales of the Flying Fox continue the theme of the book and sword. Gratitude and revenge, with the failure to resolve hatred in the face of historical opposition and generational vengeance. The conflict between the Hu and Han people reaches a climax in the four-part The Legend of the Condor Heroes series. Guo Jing has two brothers. One is the Mongolian Tuolei, whose father is Genghis Khan, and whose sister Huazong is his betrothed. They become enemies due to the conflict between the Hu and Han. The other brother is Yang Kang, a Han. Guo Jing and Yang Kang were born at a time when the national hero, Hu Chuji, named them after the national shame of Jing Kang. Afterward, Guo Zhaoshan dies and Yang Texan goes missing, leaving these two children with a legacy of national enmity and family hatred from birth. Yang Kang is raised by the sixth prince of the Jin, Wanyan Hongli, and eventually abandons the Han to join the Jin. Finally, Guo Jing achieves great martial arts skills, wins the martial arts contest at Mount Hua, and carries on Wang Chongyang's legacy, helping the Han to defeat the Mongols and the Jin, and gaining the respect and support of the Han, the Hu, the Jin, and the people of Dali. His journey represents the ups and downs of the Han, the central focus of Jin Yong's work. Centuries later, Yang Guo's heavy iron sword splits in two, setting in motion the power struggles encapsulated in the Heaven Sword and Dragon Saber. Zhang Wuji becomes a leader against the Mongols, depicting the origins of the Ming Dynasty. At this point, the conflict between the Han and the Hu starts to merge. Zhang Wuji forsakes his Han lover Zhou Jiruo for the Mongolian princess Minmintemur. In the complicated era of the Northern Song Dynasty, Murongfu of the old royal clan and Xiaofeng of the Kitten Queen's family both conceal their bloodline to become new leaders in the Central Plains martial arts. Duanyu, the prince of Dali, ventures into the Central Plains, while Xu Chu, the son of a Shaolin monk, becomes a prince consort in Western Xia. Amidst the rising ambition of Wang Yanaguda and the Tibetan state teacher, the protagonists inherit their parental hatred. Unresolvable in the face of historical conflicts, they either end their own lives or retreat into seclusion, unable to change the course of history, where the lines between family and nation blur. The ambiguity of racial hatred in this epic work is risky and treacherous. At this point, Jin Yong's racial hatred narrative concludes, proposing Buddhism as an answer. Finally, Jin Yong returns to his hometown, Haining, Zhejiang. Starting with the great ancestor of the Char family in Haining, Char Shenghang, he writes about Wei Xiaobao, a brothel-born son ignorant of his biological father, who becomes a brother figure to the deified Emperor Kangxi. Fantastically navigating eunuchs, Tiandi Hui, Prince Mu's mansion, Wu Sangui, Li Zicheng, Russia, Liaodong cults, Ming Dynasty's Princess Zhang, Mongolian prince, Tibetan lamas, and the Zheng family in Taiwan. Wei Xiaobao's journey includes the conquest of Russia, eradication of cults, suppression of the three feudatories, occupation of Taiwan, and the restoration of the Golden Shield. In the end, the once powerful Duke of Deer, Wei Xiongju, along with countless title holders, returns to his roots. When asked about Wei Qinfang's biological father, the conclusion is, it could be Han, Manchu, Mongol, Hui, or Tibetan, but definitely not a foreigner. From the Manchu-Mongol conflict that started in Haining to the conclusion of the 5 races under one union in Yangzhou, Jin Yong's vision of national history, articulated through millions of words, has evolved from expelling Tartars and restoring China to celebrating the unity and resistance against foreign aggression of the 5 races. A truly commendable progress,